Good morning, everybody. So it is Tuesday, January 3rd, and make Facebook stop. That's not going to happen, but anyway. So I thought I would do probably won't be a quick video. So I ended 2016 with a bang. I'm maybe might have started the whole hedonism thing a little early. So I started quite a few whips over the weekend. Maybe. Okay. I did a lot. So do not have these in any particular order. I'm just going to start with the pile. So this was my New Year, New Start. So I started this on the 1st. And it is the Butterfly Effect. It's done by Felicity Hall. And this is the book that it came out of. Now, I've spiral bound them because this is just how I prefer. I plan on actually getting a machine to do all of my books, cross-stitch books this way, because it just makes life so much simpler. So, largely I'm stitching it as called for. It's on 25 count. It's a pale yellow. And that's how far I got on it. And of course it has a butterfly needle winder on it. So that was my New Year, New Start. And I'm really enjoying it. And it's 3 strands over 2. Full cross. Sorry, I'm still sick. So that was one. Alright. Next up, gotta make sure I can cover the pattern. We have the Spirited Mandala. So I'm pretty sure that's an ink circle. Yeah. Alright, so for that one, I am doing it on this fabric, which I dyed myself, and I am using a variegated satin floss, which is not the most fun thing to stitch with, but it's not terrible, and that's what I've got so far. And it's not even DMC, it's the Artist brand. They had some gorgeous colors of their satin floss variegations, so I really liked these colors. So that's what I'm doing it in. So yeah, there's that one. I may not have to start another project. Yeah, right. Alright, next up, I think we've all seen this. It's a pretty popular one. It is the Blackwork Butterfly. And I'm actually not going to take this out of the bag. But as you can see, I've started the beak and the throat of the butterfly, or hummingbird, not a butterfly. So I started that. And then let me get the other picture. There's one other that, well, there's technically 2, but anyway. Da, 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 da. So it can be loading while when I get to that one. Alright. Then, again, we'll cover up the patterns. I am doing Level Up there. So He is being done on fabric I dyed myself. The pinks really stand out beautifully on this blue. And I started on his foot because I tend to start things from the bottom and work up. That's my preference. Sometimes that's not a great idea. But that's my preference. So that's him. Alright. Collie, stop that. You know what? It's just going to be easier. So the next one is the Joan Elliott Mermaid. I know quite a few people have seen this. Now, this one, I'm being a little crazy. It's going to be big, but so I dyed this fabric for this mermaid. Now this fabric is 22 count, so that's too small for beads. So I am doing it over 2. So it is, yeah, it's going to be big. It's going to be like doing it on 11 count versus doing it on 14 count. But, that's alright. It's still going to look gorgeous. It will fit on here. I did measure. And, I think it's going to look stunning. The one thing, I started over 2, and it looks great, but it's a green on the green fabric. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull that and do 3 over 2, because I'm liking the coverage on the butterfly, and that's 25 count. So probably be a good idea to switch it. I was trying to, you know, avoid that and just use the root method, but while the green looks fine, I'm a little concerned about the purples. So now, this one requires a little imagination. So that's the pattern. It will look nothing like this when I'm done. Nothing. Matter of fact, so if I can get it without the guard, that's what it looks like. So to start with, not using orange fabric, I am using a dark fabric. And there's the stoop. That's where I started. And this is my color palette. So no, that's not all the colors. That's just some of the more predominant colors. So if I remember correctly, that's what my pumpkins are going to be out of. And then these are the house colors. So I love the shape of the house. So it's a very pretty Victorian. So what I did was I Googled some images of Victorian, you know, dilapidated houses, and I'm going for more of that. Instead of the cartoony, I'm going for that. All the ghosts will be done in glow-in-the-dark thread. And then the moon, I think I can get where the ghosts glow green and then the moon will do the yellow. So I have to look at what glow-in-the-dark threads I can get. If not, I'll just stitch the moon in yellow. So yeah, I'm doing a more Victorian color scheme. I want it to look like a haunted house, not like a cartoon of a haunted house. So I am making a lot of modifications to this one. And it should be a very easy stitch because this is 14 count. So looking forward to that. I've had this kitted and had planned out these changes September-ish. August, yeah, August or September, and just didn't have time with school, so it's been sitting there. A lot of these are things that I've really wanted to stitch, but no time, so just didn't happen. And I said, you know what? I'm going with this whole hedonism thing. I'm going to start what I want to start, and I have plenty of projects to choose from. Alright, this isn't in color, but this is from last year's just cross stitch. It was the April 2016 issue. So it's cluttering. I wanted to start this when I got the magazine last year. But didn't get around to it, whatever reason. So I started it. So it's where I got. I of course got a cluttering needle minder on here. So I need to do the edges of most of these fabrics, but it's Ada, so it's not that big of a deal. And that's 18 count, I think. So there's that one. We're getting closer to the bottom of the pile. Alright. So this one that's what it's going to be, but this is to a series. And so there's all 4 of them. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to stitch all 4 of them separately, and I'm going to do flat fold finish so that they can be a decoration on my mantle. So, but I started with the winter one. Again, it's a really simple, really cute stitch. And I started in the middle, shockingly, and I've started on the penguin. So, started on a little penguin, and he's mostly gray, not black, but that's cool. And that pattern came out of this book. I love these older books. I'm not sure when this one was printed, but the designs are by Claire Crompton, Joan Elliott, Jane Henderson, Ursula Michael, Joanne Sanderson, and Leslie Tier. It's not that old of a book, but published in 2007, so 10 years. But yeah, really enjoying several in there. So the next one I've been wanting to do for a while, but it's big. It's really big. But I mean, that is just me. I have my own mini zoo. I have a dog. I have cats. I have fish. I have bunnies. I have hamsters. I have birds. Everything on here lives in my house. So, you know, really wanted to start that one. So, all I've started on is the border, so it's a solid all the way up, and it's just got little paw prints in it. So it's a really nice, easy stitch, not really complicated. So it's just a nice, a lot of these are going to be more relaxing stitches because I don't have a lot of stitching time, and I find that my more complicated stitching projects just don't get worked on when I'm as busy as I am right now. So I am going to be working on this one, Blessed Are the Meek, and this is from the Beatitudes from Precious Moments. One, I am an astronomically huge Precious Moments fan, and these are based on stained glass windows. So I am just in love. Total love. I've had this book for about a year now, and once again, it's just something I wanted to start. I kept putting it off, so and I'm going to do all of them. And so this is 22 count. So, I mean, I don't want them to be huge because I'm going to do all of them in a series, frame them, and, you know, put them together. So, on 22 count, they're not going to be too big so that I can hang them all up. So, I've just started on the top of the arch. Again, I don't know why I started on top, but I chose to start on the top for this one. So, and just to, so there's these two. There's those two. And there's that one. So, I think that's all of them. Oh, wait. No, there's two more. There's those two. So, very much want to stitch them all. And I decided I really needed to start one. And that's my favorite one. Alright. Last new start is the Happy Halloween. Totally cute. Basically for my office, because my husband does not do cute Halloween. So, oops, I don't want to lose my floss. I started on the center owl, and he's in a pumpkin costume, so. And as with the others, most of the others, again, a really simple block, not a lot of, it's a relaxing stitch, which is more what I was looking at. I have a lot of complicated stitches, which I enjoy, but not when I just want to relax and chill, and my brain's fried. So, one of my goals is to finish this, so I thought I would show you. I have finished the row, so I think there's my third row. I just have a partial row down here. It's 300 stitches deep. Go all the way across. So, and then, so basically my plan is, if I can get to this right, so I'm going to start on this side. I'm going to stitch over here, and then I'm going to, it's easier to manipulate. So this is a picket fence, so I'm going to then follow the picket fence up to the house. I'll stitch the house, and then once I have the house stitched, I will stitch the lighthouse, and I will be done. And the goal is to have this done by Father's Day, hopefully. So that's my goal. It is looking gorgeous. I'm really enjoying it. It is a complicated stitch. The grass isn't too bad, but the picket fence, the house, and the light are all confetti, so kind of a little surprising that there's that much confetti in them, but there is, so that is what I'm focusing on. I'm trying to work on it a little bit every night. And then I started January for my fairy piece. And I haven't gotten a lot done. I've just got my Algerian eyelets in, and you can't really see them very well on the camera. And I've started my herringbone for the border. So I need to work on that a little bit this week. But my goal is to get January done. The border is herringbone. The corners are eyelets. And then the inside is fairly easy stitching. I will be going back once I have all of them done and putting in the months. So that's where that is. So I have a couple things left to start this week. I need to start my January challenge piece, which is by Over the Rainbow, Satsuma Oz Cityscape. Tomorrow I have Christmas ornaments start, and at some point in the next week I need to start my teacher gift. So I still have 3 more new starts to do. But I think that's pretty good for now. So yeah, that's what my weekend was. I played video games with my husband and started new projects. It was actually quite fun. So I enjoyed it. And really kind of got my stitchy bug back. I've been doing a lot of knitting, and I still have, a shawl to finish. A couple shawls to finish. But I am whittling down nothing. What am I talking about? Anyway, yeah, craziness, sick, cold, brain foggy. So I hope everybody else has had a great New Year, and I hope that you're enjoying your new stitching projects of 2017. So I will talk to you all later. Thanks for watching. Bye now.